You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
3-2-1, CBC Online, catching up with Coach Scott Pingel. CBC is at 8-0. We got a big test tonight. Undefeated 8-0. Francis Howell comes into town. Coach, talk about your game plan tonight. What's going on?
Well, I know Coach Koch from the Vikings over there. They're going to have a great defense. They got a great middle linebacker. They got great outside linebackers. They're going to bring pressure all over the place. So we got to neutralize their pressure on defense. And then when they have the ball offensively, they got a great running back and a very talented quarterback. So we got to try to, we know where they're good at, and we got to try to minimize their gains on both sides of the ball.
And Coach, I have to kind of step back because every week we kind of talk about you give the team so much credit, and you guys roll out to 40, 50 points. But this is a test here. These guys play some good football out there, and it's a program that's been on the rise. So talk about just your relationship with Coach Brian Koch out there, and how you guys respect each other and work with each other.
Yeah, Brian and I would say we're pretty close friends. We do things in the summer together with our squads. We inter-squad, we 7-on-7. So, I have a lot of respect for Brian, what he's built out there. He's a phenomenal family man. He's just a good Christian overall. So, I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done out there.
What do you expect from them tonight? Certainly it's going to be a little cold. We're not sure the weather's going to be wet or not, but senior night, a lot of emotions. What do you expect from your guys, first of all?
I expect high energy. I know our boys had a great week of practice. They kind of know what's at stake here. They want to kind of keep this thing rolling and going into the playoffs. So, I expect high energy and a great enthusiasm. And finally, I think we're all healthy, so we should be able to fly around and hit some people tonight.
And again, senior night's always a special night for you guys as coaches. You get a chance to kind of honor the parents and the kids. Talk about your senior core, this group, and the leadership they've kind of shown.
Yeah, I think we're going to honor 19 or 20 tonight, including our managers and student assistants. So it's always a bittersweet thing because you're very happy for these boys for everything they've done for their 4 years, but also they're winding down. We're less than probably a month away in their high school career, so. They know what's at stake. They're very good about living in the now, not worrying about the future. So, I'm really excited to see what they deliver with tonight.
Well, all season we've kind of not talked about the playoffs, but let's talk about the playoffs. It looks like you guys are rolling in. It depends on obviously where you guys finish this evening. But talk about the playoffs, the new system, and how you think we're gonna fare. What do fans need to know?
Well, with the new system, there's no longer the traditional districts. There's a new district, an 18 district. There's 4 of them. So you got to win your district just to get to the semifinals. And our district is comprised of SLU, DeSmet, Rittner, and us kind of being at the top 4. Then you got some guys on the bottom end. So what's going to happen? You're going to have 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7. It's going to be like a little bit of a mini basketball tournament. We'll see what the best team is at the end of 3 weeks.
So as you guys go into the playoffs, though, you look at, while your players are starting to kind of come into their own, your seniors are starting, we talk about Jonathan Parker with 8 touchdowns in 2 games. Let's just start with JP. He's certainly started off a little slow, but he's kind of come into his own. How did that happen? What happened there?
I think it's just kind of gelling, figuring out how your offensive line's blocking. He had to change his running style a little bit. We kind of had to tweak our play calling a little bit. It's kind of what happens during a season. You start finding what your identity is. I wish we would have found it a little bit earlier, but hey, if you're rolling at the end, it's a little bit better than rolling at the beginning.
And again, we talk about that defense. It's just been relentless. I guess that's a good word for the CBC defense this year.
Very, very much so. I know they were very disappointed last week and giving up that last touchdown with like a minute to go because they pride themselves on keeping teams with a low score total. So, they're very excited. I like that we're playing most guys only on one side of the ball because it gets them a little bit more hungry and a little bit more angry on the defensive side of the ball. So, they've been playing well this whole year. And this evening, a little special activity. We're going to honor the 1966 team, and they were the last team to go basically perfect from start to finish. So, what do you think about the history of CBC football and you hear stories like that? It's got to make you feel pretty good about being part of tradition. Yeah, it's definitely unique, and I know that now we have so many years of history here. I'm now in my 8th year here overall, and it's just each year it grows on me a little bit more. I love talking to the alumnus, I love hearing stories, I love catching up with Coach Haggerty, I love catching up with the teachers that are here that played, and just, it's kind of nice to be part of it, and that I might have a little piece with it too.
And certainly Coach Gerdeman, a name that comes to mind when we talk about that team of 1966. You had a chance to meet his wife a couple years ago. Talk about that experience.
It was wonderful. We met her at her house. We gave her a plaque commemorating Coach Gerdeman and all his success here at CBC. She was very gracious, very thankful. You could see that she had a little bit of pride of CBC still in her. So it was very neat, very touching, and warming experience for me and my wife.
And finally, as we get ready for game time here, what's the health situation? You got anybody banged up tonight?
No, not right now. We got everybody pretty well healthy. Zach Menez is going to sit out tonight because he had a concussion last week, but Damian Baker's going to step in his place, and hopefully he can do a nice job. But we're getting Bert and Birdsall and Eric Carrera back, so that'll help our defense quite a bit.
Give us 2 keys to winning this game. What does CBC have to do to win this thing?
On offense, we're going to have to be able to control their blitzing because they blitz all over the place. We got to manage that and kind of take advantage of it at times. And then on defense side of the ball, we just got to try to keep playing what we're doing and making them go sideways because this running can get downhill pretty fast. They kind of got a JP on their team too.
Again, Coach, not many more exciting nights in football. Late October, cold weather. It's going to be a nice night for high school football.
Great night for high school football. Then go watch the Cardinal game.
Exactly. Again, Coach Scott Pingel, CBC at 8-0, trying to go undefeated, and we'll see what happens tonight. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Rob.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.